Hello everybody. So today I thought I would do a knitting video. So all of the requests for more and more scarf masking has kind of been a nice little nudge to make me continue with some of my knitting projects, my crochet and knitting projects, particularly my scarf ones. So in each of my previous scarf videos, I've included one that I've made myself, and I kind of wanted to do that for all of my scarf masking videos, have one that I've done on my own. I'm not sure if this scarf will be finished in time by when I decide to do my next scarf masking video, but who knows? I don't know when that one's happening. So I thought it might be fun to kind of have a little ramble, a little chat while I do some knitting. I'm hoping that the knitting needles and the yarn are actually making any decent noises. Maybe a little bit. If anything, sometimes repetitive motion videos like that are nice. So I thought I would talk a little bit about nothing in particular and just kind of knit away at my most recent creation. You will eventually see this in one of my scarf masking videos. Who knows which one though, how long it'll take me to finish. Definitely getting close to the end, which is why I chose to do this video right now, so I can show you a little bit. So it starts off small, just this nice gray color, and then I slowly added in some lighter purple, so it's kind of stripied, and then it goes into just the lighter purple, and then it slowly adds more and more purple, darker and darker purple as it gets bigger, and it's eventually like this. Right now I am working on decreases, which means every row I am subtracting stitches to make it get smaller. And I am using circular needles, which essentially means that they are attached on one end, so that if you were to hold them up, of course, I'm working on it now, so it's hard to tell, but there's this nice little, wiry black thing, and it attaches one end of the needle to the other end in a big circle. And circular needles are really helpful for when you're making a really big project, because it's not going to fall off the end, because it'll just keep going back around. So you can get really long circular needles if you're working on something really big, and it just helps so you don't lose stitches off the end as you're working on it. When I get to the end of this row here, I can kind of show you what it looks like. I don't know why I decided to start my video in the middle of a row. I don't know. Yeah, so I didn't really come here with anything in particular to talk about, just kind of chatting a little bit, I guess. I've considered doing kind of a knitting tutorial series. I don't know if that would be anything anybody's interested in or not. I don't know. If that's something that sounds interesting to you, I guess let me know. I could show you how to do certain stitches, maybe in a nice calm ASMR voice. I don't know. So, right now, this particular scarf I'm working on, I'm using 2 different balls of yarn. So I have this purpley gray, and then I have this really deep purple. And of course, it's hard to tell the difference with my current lighting and video setup. But if you were to see them next to each other, which I guess I can do, right? Here, you can see that there's a difference, right? Because it's fading from this color, and then it's going to end on this color. And I will be very excited to show it off once it's finished. And then I will start working on another shawl. Or a scarf, I guess. Scarf shawl. Who knows? Unsure what color, what style. I have a couple of balls of yarn that are just itching to be turned into a shawl. I've considered doing kind of, it's called double knitting, but basically it makes an image. So you have two different yarns, two different colors of yarn, and you knit with both of them at the same time. So when you have it on one side, let's say you have black and white as your colors. Whenever you choose to make black on one side, it makes white on the other, and vice versa. And you can switch back and forth to create kind of patterns or images or whatever you want, really. So I thought that that might be kind of fun to do something like that. Maybe do an image. What would be a good image on a shawl or a scarf? What would be a good image for an ASMR scarf masking video? I don't know. So, I don't know if anybody has noticed yet. I don't know if you guys read the comments. I read comments sometimes on the ASMR videos I watch, but not always. I've added a link to an Amazon wish list. And the idea behind this is I'm not asking for donations. I'm not asking for presents. Honestly, I don't think I will ever have the kind of audience that thinks that that is something they want to be a part of. I don't know. I guess never say never, but the idea is I've had a lot of people request certain types of videos or certain things or whatever. And I try to accommodate those to the best of my ability. I obviously, if someone's giving me the time to describe exactly how I can improve or ideas for other videos, I mean, I want to make them, you know? But for some stuff, like if someone's requesting something really specific and I don't already own that object or own the ability to do that, depending on the request and how much I'm interested in the request and how much it costs to acquire the objects for that request, kind of depends on if I'll make it or not. Like if I own objects that work, like the scarf thing just happened to work out. Like I happened to have a lot of yarn, I happened to want to like go back into knitting, and I was like, well, I can make some shawls. And then of course I had a couple of people bring me scarves and shawls back from trips, and I was like, wow, I guess I collect scarves now. So yeah, all these scarf masking videos, I collect scarves now, thanks to you guys. Thanks to the person who initially requested I start making scarf mask videos. So thank you for that. I now have a new collection. But, so for stuff like that, I guess I wanted to give you guys the option, if there was something you really truly wanted me to make, and I didn't have any of that readily available, that you had a way of saying, you know, this is important enough and I want you to make this enough that I'm willing to buy whatever prop, whatever thing it is necessary to make it. So like if you have a very specific request, you can go on that list, and I made it so that you can actually add items to the Amazon wish list. So if you want me to use something very particular as a prop, you can add it to the wish list, then purchase it from the wish list, and it will get sent to my house. And then I will know that someone very desperately wants me to make a video with that. And I mean, you could of course leave it in the comments like, hey, I'm sending you this thing and I want you to make this video with it. And I think anything that someone's willing to buy the prop, buy the costume, buy the whatever, I mean, I'm definitely gonna make that video, let me tell you. So yeah, I guess that's that. I'm not asking for donations. I'm not asking for handouts. I'm not asking for anything crazy. I think I added some items to the wish list, stuff like wood-wick candles, wigs, just certain objects that I would like to make videos with, or I've had requests for, stuff like that. I put a couple of different cool scarves on there. But really, those are just kind of guidelines, so you can kind of see. I think I also put like a brand new like DSL camera. I don't expect anyone to buy that. It's more just for me to be able to say, you know, this is my goal someday. I might own this camera. And maybe I won't. I don't know. If for whatever reason someone gets me something crazy like that, gosh, I would have to like... I mean, it's basically Patreon without actually Patreon, you know? Because you're... In my experience... So my degree is in arts management, nonprofit management, and a lot of that has to do with fundraising and development and asking for money. And in my experience, people don't like giving, just writing a check saying here's $100. People like buying a $100 object that they can say, I did this, I gave this to you to use or whatever. So I thought maybe like someone might not want to give a $20 donation, but maybe they want to buy a $20 prop and then have that video dedicated just to them. And that might be, you know, something they would like. And I'm not trying to make money on these videos, but, you know, like if you want something really specific, I don't necessarily have enough, you know, funds floating around to buy really expensive props or costumes or whatever. And, you know, I'm doing the best I can. We all are. So, I guess that's my Amazon wishlist plug. Use it or don't. I don't really care. It's not hurting anything by being up there, right? What else is going on in my crazy, busy life? So I have kind of considered doing a my job roleplay video, partially because I've had enough people ask me what my job is, and it's complicated and hard to explain. So I thought it might be fun to sort of do something like that, I guess. Like a roleplay video of, you know, kind of the work I do so people can sort of see it. Maybe I'll just like send it to all of my family members being like, here, this is what I do for a living. This is my job. You can stop asking now. Something like that. I don't know. So I'm wearing this shirt for this video, specifically because of the sleeves. They're kind of like long and floofy. But I was hoping that as I knitted, you can kind of hear the sleeves like tapping against the table and hopefully make some sounds. And I got so ingrained in talking that I finished my row and I started a new one without showing you. I'll come back to it, I swear. Other things. So I have lots of interesting ideas for videos that I am very excited to try out. Depending on when this video airs, I haven't decided. Sometimes I just make a whole bunch of videos all at once and I don't necessarily know when each video is going to get posted. But, shoot. I messed something up already. That's what I get for trying to talk and knit all at the same time. Now I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm getting very distracted. I think I might have to go back. I think I messed this up enough. Oh shoot. And here I thought that I remembered the pattern well enough that I wouldn't have to look at it and I could just do it without thinking. But I guess that's not really the case, is it? Oh shoot. Yeah, I really messed this up. Oh darn. Okay. So now I'm doing this fun little thing in knitting that I call backwards knitting, where you literally have to find the stitch underneath it and then pull it out, kind of knitting backwards. The thing I prefer about crochet over knitting is that in crochet, if you mess up, it is a lot easier to fix. Like if you mess up on knitting, here I am, I'm basically like going to have to like backwards knit this whole section that I worked on. I'm gonna have to like backwards knit it. Versus with crochet, it's a lot easier to catch your mistakes before they become a problem. And you can just kind of pull on the string or yarn, I guess, and it'll like get rid of anything you want getting rid of, and you don't have to worry about dropping stitches or like actually just ruining everything. I once read in a knitting book that you can have a safety line, which is literally like you thread another brightly colored yarn through your work, and then if you like royally mess up, you can take it all out, and then the colored piece of yarn will stop it from ripping out everything and starting completely from square one. And I was like, oh man, the fact that you need a safety line to knit is really annoying. And I'm trying to learn how to do lace, which is even more complicated because you have smaller needles and you have smaller yarn, and the patterns are significantly more complicated. And I just don't have the patience for it currently. Maybe someday, right? If I were to do a scarf with a picture, my initial instinct is to do something kind of spooky, because I like spooky stuff. I like Halloween. I like spooky things. Gosh, what would I do? I could do... If I were to do spooky things, I would do like a cat and a tombstone and a skull or something like that. What else? If I were to do something not spooky, I'm trying to think what colors I even have that I could use. I have a really pretty purple. I have a really pretty navy blue. I have black and turquoise, and I have brown. So I could definitely do something. I have multiple colors. Now I just think I'm rambling. Not about anything in particular, huh? So when I initially started this video, I think I wanted to ramble about The Little Alchemist. I had some thoughts about the, gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. I had thoughts about Brotherhood versus original Full Metal Alchemist, and I was all ready to rage and chat and do whatever. And then I got so ingrained about explaining my knitting that I forgot to rage about it. Maybe I'll rage about it in a different video. I don't know. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but my recording setup is in my closet, with a literal bedsheet hanging behind me as a backdrop. Thanks, Navy bedsheets. But the real difficult part is the way this closet is situated. It is basically right above the kitchen, which means if my mother or my sister are in the kitchen, I can hear everything they're saying from my closet, which is kind of weird knowing that I can eavesdrop on them like that. But the worst part is that if I'm trying to record, it starts picking up all of that noise. And if the dogs are barking, it picks up all of that noise, and it just kind of becomes a whole thing. Okay, now before I get distracted and start a new row, I should actually show you what this thing looks like. Okay, so like I said, these are circular needles. Called that because there's the one needle, two needle, and then this like thing connecting them. And that's when I knit, and it goes from one end to the other end, just in a big old circle. So now I'm going to try to show you what this thing is looking like right now. Been working on this for a bit. I just don't have enough time to create as many scarves as I want for all the scarf videos everyone's asking for. Okay, so I don't know if you can actually see any of this. So it starts small, then it's gonna get bigger. You can kind of see the stripes on this a little better. So right now, I'm working on the decreases. I think I said that. Which means this is the biggest part right here. This is the biggest part of the shawl, kind of where that little green doodad is. Can you see the little green doodad? Okay, that's like the largest part. And then it's slowly getting smaller and smaller until it gets the same size as the other side right here. So it's going to keep getting smaller. So I would say this is the largest part. It's going to be twice this length. Yeah, so that's kind of my scarf. I'm working on it. It'll be in a scarf masking video eventually. It's all 100% cotton. It's very soft, actually. It's very soft and it's very warm. I'm really excited to wear this one. Keeps me nice and warm in the cold winter months. It's freezing where I live right now. It's really nasty. Yeah. I guess I can explain a little bit with these stitch markers. So, I think I had mentioned that stitch markers exist in one of my previous videos. So as you can see right here, there's kind of like a seam running down the middle of this. So the colors kind of form a V. You can see the V here, sort of, with this nice seam running down the middle. Now to get that nice seam, anytime I come upon that, I need to do a special stitch. And the way I keep track of when it's time to do that special stitch is I have a stitch marker right here. So you can see like where it runs down, connects to the little stitch marker. So when I come upon this little stitch marker, I know it's time to do my very special stitch to make this nice seam happen. Without it, I would definitely forget and knit right past it, and then I would remember, and then I'd have to go back, and it would just be a big old mess. So having the stitch marker here saves me a lot of time and trouble, and not having to like redo my work all the time. The one I'm currently using, it's my Sailor Moon stitch marker. Of course it's really small so you can't see, but it looks like Sailor Moon Compact, the little thing she has on her chest inside her bow. That helps her turn into Sailor Moon. And I did bring out, I have a couple other stitch markers here. Some of my favorites. I mean, this is really big. I probably wouldn't end up using this as a stitch marker just because it's large. But it's a cute little teapot. This one came as a set. I have the teapot. I have the sugar dish. I have the creamer dish. And then I have 6 different teacups. This all came as like a little set. Maybe I'll do like a little fairy tea party with these cute little things. Other ones. So this is the shell from The Little Mermaid, the little shell that Ursula uses. And it came with my Ursula-shaped crochet hook. And then I got a set of breakfast ones. And I got a little waffle. And a fried egg. I have a bacon one somewhere too, but I think I'm using it on another project at the moment. Yeah, and then I got another set that, let's see these things. I got another set that are just like these little Chinese coins. And there's like a little like lucky cat that goes with them. I have a couple of these. But I don't know where the lucky cat is right now. Yeah, so I like having fun little goofy stitch markers and stuff like that. I think it's more fun that way. Yeah, I guess I don't have much to talk about right now. I hope this was relaxing. I'm not sure if you could even hear all my knitting noises over my babbling. I don't know. As always, love suggestions. I look forward to hearing from you. Farewell.